Hey everyone, this is Mahwash Ajaz. You're watching me on my YouTube channel. Today I'll be talking about Miss Marvel's sixth episode. It's finally ended, Miss Marvel on Disney Plus. It's all there. So if you haven't seen all the episodes, if you don't know what I'm talking about, I would recommend that you go watch the series, come back. But if you've already seen the series, let's get into it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about why it was great for Muslim representation, why it was great for Pakistan, and why it sort of needs a spin-off. So in this recent episode, in the last episode, which kind of sums up the journey of Miss Marvel, how Kamala became Miss Marvel. She's a young Pakistani American girl who's a second generation immigrant, I believe, and her parents had migrated from Pakistan to America. She's been living there. She's been born and brought up there. So now this girl is going to kind of turn into this superhero who's obviously going to team up with the rest of the superheroes. Spoiler alert: in the end of this episode, we see Brie Larson, which is Captain Marvel, make an appearance, and then obviously we will also see her later reprise her role. Iman Vellani will later reprise her role as Miss Marvel or Kamala in The Marvels, which is an upcoming feature from the Marvel universe, the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So all of that is there, and there's a lot to unpack. There are a lot of great storylines there. I'm sure that there will be other recurring actors as well, but let's talk about what happened in this recent episode. So in this recent episode, we see Kamala kind of being in her full form. She's making the full use of her power. However, on the other side, Kamran, who's not so good at dealing with all of this, and he's lost his mother, and all of it kind of takes a crescendo in the very last few scenes where both of their powers are kind of going head to head with each other. And then obviously we also know that, as is the process and as is the journey for most superheroes, they kind of come to terms with their powers and their place in the world and their place in the universe as to how they will help mankind in general, how they're going to fit into the teams with the other superheroes. So all of that is very exciting for the comic book people who really read more about it than I have. I'm sure they can divulge more, but based on what I've observed in the series, I think that was a nice little tie-up. I thought that it was not as exciting as episode 5, but that could possibly be my bias about the fact that I am a Pakistani, and that partition and seeing all of these great Pakistani stars was fantastic in that recent episode. But I also felt like that had more action, that had more things going on compared to this one. Here it was just like tying a lot of loose ends, although that Home Alone-ish sequence where a group of teenagers kind of fights off the bad guys, in this case they're the good guys who are actually the bad guys, like the law enforcement guys. So I think that in that was like a really fun bit, and it was really great to see them dodge everyone. I do feel like the star of the episode was Iman Vellani. I think that she's fabulous as Kamala Khan. She has the same energy, that same nervous / spunky, brilliant energy. And I feel like a lot of the similarities, if you watch her interviews, there are a lot of similarities between her and the character that she's playing. So obviously it's like a natural fit. So I think that Iman Vellani really shines, and I think that she should be seen in more Marvel features. Talking about why I feel there should be a spin-off, or there should be, for the rest of the characters, they need to be a better way, because of two reasons. Number one, Mehwish, Hayat and Fawad Khan were absolutely amazing, and I think this could open up so many more doors for Pakistani actors to appear in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And the fact that Pakistani talent is, finally being recognized for how great it is. So how fantastic. I mean, if you look at Twitter and if you look at, Instagram, everyone's just going gaga over how gorgeous Mehwish Hayat is, how wonderful her presence is. So I think that obviously that deserves a second look from Marvel. And the second reason is I feel like the narrative of Pakistan wasn't really driven home that well, although it did have a very sizable place in the narrative. I also feel like this kind of the whole idea that why Pakistan was made, and I've said it before in my earlier reviews, that why Pakistan was made and the whole reason behind it, all of that was kind of ignored, or really wasn't brought to the forefront that much, apart from that small line that Hasan, which is played by Fawad Khan, says that I'm not being sold milk and vegetables or whatever, or people are not buying flowers from me because I am a Muslim. So all of that is in one place, but what the struggle was and what the background was, I'm not really sure if that's really up Marvel's alley, because these are very political things. But then Marvel does talk about political things, all of the elements about Muslims being stereotyped in America is a very, very political statement that Marvel is making. And so many other statements are philosophical and political that Marvel tends to make. So why not this? If you've actually delved into it, and I'm sure the response is great, people are talking about it, we're discussing it. There's a large South Asian diaspora in the world, which is, which kind of relates to this issue in a whole big way. So why not address it a bit more, open the debate, talk about it, create more characters around it. There's so many great films and features already made, and there's so many people who have made great features in Pakistan. Aisha and Hasan has made this wonderful drama called Dastan. So I don't know if you've not seen it, but I highly recommend you watch it. It's based on Razia Bhatt's novel Bano, and there's a lot of great literature on Pakistani partition fiction that's been done, and a lot of great dramas as well. So there's a lot of great material to look into from Pakistan's perspective, and I think that should be led into a spin-off series. Apart from that, I think that it's about time that Pakistanis get the representation they deserve. In the larger context, I also believe that Pakistani talent is also something that the world never really has paid attention to. We all get clubbed in as South Asian, or we get clubbed in with Indians, which is like not really a problem, because that is kind of a shared heritage we all have. But that is not the only heritage that Pakistanis have, because a lot of our people in Pakistan are not from India. A lot of them are, in the sense that they don't share the same roots as a lot of other Pakistanis do. So there are a lot of mixed bags in Pakistan. So tapping into that would be a great idea, looking into those stories. But obviously Pakistanis also must own those stories, must accept those stories and tell them confidently, and without any kind of apology about why the country was made, and why we are Pakistanis, and why aren't we Indians, and why aren't we Afghanis, and why aren't we Bengalis or Chinese, or I don't know, whatever other variation of our race that exists. So the truth is that this is a country that exists right now. That is what our identity is, and that is what needs to be kind of spoken about. The rest of the show, I think, overall has been a very, very positive step towards promoting positive stereotypes, and showing that Muslims, like any other race in the world, have their good guys and bad guys, and good days and bad days. I think it's a great honor for Pakistan to represent the first Muslim superhero in the shape of Miss Marvel. It's a great honor for Pakistan to showcase one of our best talents, some of our best talents, in the shape of Mehwish, Hayat and Fawad Khan, to be showcased in Miss Marvel. I think it's a fantastic step in the right direction. Yes, of course, I have my grievances about how partition was portrayed, and how the story, the narrative kind of was fed forward. And also, I also believe that there should be a lot more Pakistani actors cast in the series. But of course, these are minor grouses that I have. Grouses, is that the right word? But in any case, I think it's a fantastic step. It was a very well made series. I hope that the true Marvel nerds, I'm not a really true Marvel nerd, although I love the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but I do hope that other people will also receive it. From whatever I've seen so far on social media, people have really, really loved it. So let me know what you guys think of Miss Marvel, Disney's entire the series is there on the Disney's platform, and let me know what you guys are hoping from, if there was a spin-off series, and let me know what you guys are hoping from the Marvels. So take care of yourself. Don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe. I'll be back with more reviews, Pakistani dramas, Pakistani features, maybe sometimes Bollywood, Hollywood, all of that. Take care of yourself. Have a good day. Bye.